We can leave them all behind.
Welcome to a very special episode of 3 Minute Critics.
Top 5,
Oh
baby!
my goodness, I'm Eric.
I'm Tony.
Yeah, he's right. It is a top 5, a special top 5.
We're back for another top 5. This one is the top 5. I had to look because I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot what it was? You don't even know?
Top 5 movie villains of all mother
Yeah.
freaking time.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do in our top 5, what we do in our top 5
Okay.
videos is I tell you my top 5 in 3 minutes. Then Eric's going to tell you his top 5 in 3 minutes.
See, you get that?
We'll have
You get
a
that
little
format?
discussion, a little rumination,
Yeah.
a little verbal sparring,
Yeah. All of what he said is going to happen.
and then you guys can comment and tell us your top.
Oh, I cannot wait. Can
Well,
you
then
wait?
let's do it.
not wait. So Tony's going to do his top
Okay.
5, starting at number 5 with 3 minutes on the clock. And Tony, your top 5 movie villains.
Number 5
Yeah.
is one of my all-time fave movies as well as villains, Prince Humperdinck from The Princess Bride.
Wow, good one.
Chris Sarandon, who had the great good fortune of being married to Susan at one point in his life.
Susan.
Sarandon. Good for him, Chris. I love Prince Humperdinck. That's an amazing character. It's very, very funny, but also so evil. And a couple of unbelievable scenes with Wesley and
Great
Princess
poll
Buttercup.
and great
Love
great
that.
movie.
But I put it 5th because we got to get a little more serious as we go down.
Let's do that.
Number 4 is moving into the serious, but I'm still a little cartoony in a real cartoon about The Little Mermaid. This is Ursula the Sea Witch
the
from
Sea Witch.
1989. The reason I chose Ursula is because she's the only one in that show who seems to speak the truth. She's super, super evil, but she lays it out for the mermaid, you know?
Well put.
She lays out the truth.
She
the Trizuth, if you know what I'm saying.
Lays it
I
down
love
thick.
Ursula. Plus, she got a great song. Number 3.
for her.
One of the greatest villains of all time. I almost had to put it at number 1, but I decided not to because it's not a human being.
Do tell.
The Shark. Also known as Bruce from Jaws.
Oh, what? That's a villain.
It's one of the greatest villains. I mean,
What a jerk.
Nothing scares
What a jerk.
a moviegoer more than the shark from Jaws. And I mean, it's self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? It's a horrifying shush. Number 2. Now we're getting into ones that I think probably everybody thinks about when they think about villains, and that is Hans Gruber,
Oh,
played by the incomparable Alan Rickman.
he was fantastic.
From Die Hard. That is a villain. When you find out what their true motivation is after everything that's gone down, and he's been talking about all kinds of political stuff, and it turns out they're just stealing money. It was such a great... And he's brilliant in that role. I love me some Hans
That's
Gruber.
my best Hans Gruber.
I was terrible.
Okay, that's the best I can do.
Number 1.
I cannot wait to hear your number 1.
My number 1 villain of all time, I don't know that it gets better than this, frankly. I don't know that any performance is better. I don't know that there's a better villain in any movie ever.
I'm dying to know.
Nurse Ratched.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Nurse
That is brilliant.
Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. This played by Louise Fletcher, who is just brilliant in this role.
So good.
I'm not sure there is another more evil performer because she's so subtle in her villainy. She's really incredible. Understated. She pulls off a performance that's... You hate her. You absolutely hate her.
What's to like?
And when Jack goes for her and grabs her by the throat, and with that scene is unbelievable in Cuckoo's Nest, you really are with him.
You're cheering for him.
You're cheering for him to kill this nurse. How she was able to honk her horn in that way, I'll never know. It was a brilliant performance.
Well, that's a heck of a list.
Thank you. You like that list?
I love that list.
No disagreements on the list?
No, I can't. It's interesting, though,
All right, well,
because...
we'll talk about that after your list, because I would like to hear your top 5.
No, we're going to talk a little more about the top 5 on your list first.
Okay, go ahead.
Here's
you're so
things.
bossy. You put a hat and a mustache on, and you're...
And all of a sudden, I'm...
You're frickin' Teddy Roosevelt.
There's something about the shark in Jaws that I think is brilliant, because you don't think of animals... You think of villains, you think of people in movies.
Well, that's what's so brilliant about it, is because they personify the shark so well in the story, and then Steven Spielberg does such a great job of not ever really showing the shark that you can develop this image of this evil... I mean, he's coming for Quint.
Yeah.
You believe he is coming for Quinn.
Yeah, it's not just a random attack.
No,
He's
it's not
actually
a random
going
attack. It's revenge.
And you've got some what I like about this list. There's a very understated Hans Gruber again. Very he's got it all together. He's well dressed. He's got the accent. He's got a singular idea.
Do you have any matches?
I do not.
No matches.
No lighter. No match.
Oh, come on! I'm
Oh,
dying.
I thought you wanted to smoke.
I'm down. I want to hear yours. Give me some.
Oh,
five.
matches.
Okay. We'll go over them after. I want to hear yours.
Here we go. We're going to put 3 minutes on the clock for my top of 5 movie villains. Let's start number 5. Michael Myers from the Halloween series.
Great. I'm a big Michael Myers.
I call him the casual villain because he just takes his time.
Yeah.
He's not in any rush to murder. He's not worried about cardio. He's really creepy. And his I'm sure a lot of people watching this know that mask was Shatner. It was a William Shatner Halloween mask that was made from
I forgot about that. I did know that, but I forgot.
I had to look it up, but ain't it the truth?
Ooh, how did that look like a William Shatner mask?
If you look, it very much is.
All right.
That takes me into my number 4. Norman Bates from Psycho. Now that the thing is, Anthony Perkins, he's just kind of a normal guy.
Yeah.
He's kind of you have something to say.
I want to hear you first.
He's a regular guy, and you wouldn't really suspect that he is as psycho, as
he's
crazy
a psychotic murderer.
Yeah, he just
dresses up in his mom's clothes and leaves her in the window.
I mean, who doesn't? But
cadaver.
He did it in a very stylistic sort of way.
I love Anthony Perkins in that role. Tony Perkins
so good.
Is brilliant.
That rolls me into my number 3, and my number 3 is named T-1000.
Ah, the T-1000
from Terminator 2, played by Robert Patrick. So the deliberate, focused.
Robert's great in that.
Because he has to be a machine,
yes,
but has to pass
as a human. Yes.
So he's got this one purpose. He's very deliberate, very focused. He's got one-track mind and delivers this as a you believe that he could be human at the same time, just a ruthless killing machine.
I will tell Robert you got him on your list.
Thank you. Number 2, we're getting up there. Roy Batty.
Roy Batty from
Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Rutger Hauer.
That's pretty great.
I'm telling you what.
That's a good pull.
And it's hard because he's not, he's a bad guy. He's a villain, but all the machine wants is he wants more life.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like how at the end when he's going after Harrison Ford.
And he gives his little soliloquy.
He gives his and he wants to bash your head in. And then Tyrell, how he goes to gouge his eyes out.
He's great.
And that makes me think, is Tyrell really the real villain? Because he's the one who created these creatures to only have a short lifespan.
But Rutger Hauer's performance is second to none.
Well, second to my number 1.
Oh, okay. Which is?
It's hard not to put Darth Vader
first.
Right. Because Darth Vader is just a dick.
Yeah.
He's a dick. And he's got the chokey dealing.
And the helmet.
And the helmet's good, and the cape.
No, it's a little bit of a dick.
He's got a cool outfit. He's got a great backstory from where he started to where he ended up.
He does.
But he's got the look. He's got the vibe, and he's a dick.
The look and the vibe.
He's like the biggest dick of all of them.
And speaking of which, the horn. Can I just make? I'm not so sure that all of your villains are villains.
Yeah.
I would say.
I would say
your villain list is a bunch of unfortunate souls that are not necessarily filled with villainy.
Oh, let's think.
Let me finish.
Killer.
Oh, they all kill.
Yeah.
They all kill, but not villains don't always just kill, right? Nurse Ratched never killed anybody. One of the best villains of all time. Now,
I bet she wanted to, though.
But she didn't.
Yeah.
Darth Vader has a horrific backstory, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming Norman Bates has a horrific backstory.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Michael Myers has a horrific backstory, right? And then you've got 2 machines.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you got a couple. Yeah.
So you've really gone for like the misguided characters who have lost their way due to their own abuse that they've experienced in their life and suffering.
They still have a choice. Vader had a choice. Could have been good.
Vader had lots of choices.
Yeah.
Vader made a lot of serious choices.
T-1000 didn't have a choice. But I see what you're saying. Like on your
my villains
list,
are very different.
Yeah, it's a completely different.
I wonder if that speaks to our personality or our own psyches.
Like what kind of villain you would be.
Villainous.
Or what kind of villain I might be if we wanted to be villain.
I had some people that I wanted to put on my list that I did not put on my list.
Oh, yeah. Do you have an honorable mention?
I have some honorable mentions. One of them I really wanted to put on that I didn't put on there was Frankenfurter from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Because it's such an incredible. I mean, he's the antagonist in that movie, and he's technically a villain. But what an amazing performance and what an incredible. But I was like, you know what? I'm not sure as an audience member you feel frightened of Frankenfurter ever.
No, not really. So it's hard to make a villain. Whereas I had an honorable mention.
Oh, what was it?
And that is a completely opposite of that is Leatherface.
Oh, Leatherface
from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Again,
why? Because
again, similar to your other choices.
Because chainsaw.
What
else do you need?
One of mine, which I kind of wish I put on the list, was the Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, that would have been good. And here, you know what? This is where I'm going to leave my honorable mention list. I cannot believe I had one that I thought you would have gotten.
Which was?
Sure. Lee Van Cleef.
Oh yeah, well of course, the ugly.
Yeah,
the ugly.
Where was LVC?
Because again, Lee Van Cleef to me has
LVC.
His
you know me.
His motivation in that movie is just to get money, and he's not really
still a bad guy, still a villain.
But is he worse than what Clint Eastwood's doing in that movie?
His mustache is.
His mustache
is
fantastic.
Actually
epic.
I'm going to change my number one from Darth Vader to Lee Van Cleef's mustache. Number one villain.
I wish I had that mustache.
Yeah.
I want to buy it at auction.
You could do some shit with that mustache. You can get away with a lot with Lee Van Cleef's mustache.
Speaking of doing some shit,
yeah.
Why don't you guys do some shit and write your top 5 villains in the comments?
Or anyone, just one or two. Just give us something. What do you think? Do you agree with some of ours? Do you have your own? We really want to know.
Do you disagree with some of ours?
Yeah. Well, that we don't really care about, but we want to know what you think. So drop them down in the comments.
Drop them like I'm hot.
Yeah, like a hot potato.
Rock them like I'm sock 'em.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was great. Yeah, where you hit and the head would go.
Yeah, it was a great game.
Yeah, that was very nice.
It was a really good game.
Let's go play some Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Okay, we're gonna go do that. But we will be back with another episode, another time. We thank you so much for watching.
Thanks so much.
Please subscribe. Leave your comments about your favorite movie villains. Please hit the like button, ring the bell, do the this, do the that, all the other things. But heck, we're out of time. So until the next episode, we are the
3
Minute
Critics. Do you know the difference between an alpaca and a llama?
About $50.
That makes
I didn't make sense. Yeah.
No sense.